In this age of AI, it feels like the ground is constantly shifting under our feet. So the big question is, how do you not just get by, but actually thrive? Well, today we're going to dig into a really critical strategy, building a unique, defensible professional niche that truly sets you apart. Let's just dive right in with a question that's probably on your mind, maybe in the back of your mind. It can feel a little uncomfortable, but we gotta ask it. In a world where AI can learn and replicate tasks at an incredible speed, are the skills that you've spent years and years building, are they truly secure? And this really gets to the heart of the issue. Really high-value skills, things like software development or even the subtle art of coaching, they're becoming more and more accessible. And that means they're at risk of becoming commodities, things that are easy to replicate, not just by other people, but by AI itself. I love this quote because it offers such a powerful way of thinking about this. It's from a professional who had this realization that just working harder, training harder, that's not the only answer. See, instead of trying to outrun everyone else in the exact same race, the really strategic move is to find a completely different lane, a whole new space to excel, but on your own terms. I mean, we hear it all the time, right? Just learn AI skills, learn to code AI. But that advice just throws you into this tidal wave of competition. It's like a race to the top of a super crowded mountain, and let's be honest, it's a race that is just not designed for everyone to win.
So, if grinding harder in the same lane isn't the answer, and joining that frantic race for new tech skills isn't the best path either, what is? What's the real strategic alternative for building a career that's actually built to last?
Well, the answer is something we're calling a defensible niche. And this isn't about finding one secret skill that suddenly makes you irreplaceable. No, it's about creating a unique positioning, a special combination of factors that is just inherently difficult for anyone or any AI to copy. This is a really fundamental mindset shift. We have to move away from just thinking in terms of a list of skills on a resume. Instead, we need to start thinking about our unique value proposition. The goal is to build a position that is a blend of your experiences, your perspectives, and your unique abilities.
So, how do we actually build this thing? It takes a specific toolkit. First up is developing some real mental flexibility. Second, you have to adopt something called a diverging practice. And third, you've got to learn to leverage your own unique personal and professional history. Okay, let's break each of these down.
In an era that's defined by constant, unpredictable change, your true superpower isn't going to be one specific technical skill. It's mental flexibility. It's that ability to adapt, to see connections that other people miss, and to pivot your thinking without getting stuck in the old ways of doing things. This slide really shows the kind of thinking we need to develop. So over on the left, you've got that traditional logical thinking. It's super common in tech, where you narrow everything down to find the one single correct answer. But on the right, that's diverging practice. That's all about expanding possibilities and exploring a whole bunch of different paths. And this diverging practice, it's not just some vague, abstract idea. It's a really concrete process. It all starts with deep reflection on your own experiences. Then you use your creativity to connect all those different ideas. And finally, there's evocation, which is really the art of drawing out new insights and possibilities from all those connections you just made. So why is this so critical? Well, because this kind of mental agility makes you comfortable with uncertainty. It gives you the tools to navigate not just the challenges you can see coming, but all the unknowns you can't even imagine yet. Okay, so that's the theory. But what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's walk through a practical example. Okay, check this out. Imagine an ex-software developer who also happens to be an ex-coach. Now, separately, those are skills that can be replicated. But when you combine them, that's something totally unique. They could build a niche for themselves, exploring how AI can be a tool for deep personal reflection, fusing their past tech expertise with a brand new application. That is a position very few other people can occupy. It also helps to remember that we've been through massive changes before. Just think about the huge shift from physical stores to online shopping. Our experience navigating that whole transition is valuable. But we also have to recognize that the move to AI, that is on a completely different scale, with impacts that are going to be way more profound. And what this all comes down to is that we have to loosen our grip on the old certainties. We just can't cling to what we already know. Real agility comes from being willing to let go, because that's what allows us to adapt to whatever is coming next. And that brings us to one last big thought. As AI gets better and better at simulating more and more human tasks, what is it that truly makes you unique? What combination of your personal history, your perspective, and your agility creates a position in this world that can never, ever be replicated? That's the question we all need to start answering for ourselves.